That's it right now, T-Nip.
What's up, YouTubers? It's CrownSpectro back here with another video for you guys, and today we're gonna be talking about a game that I kind of been avoiding, but a game is a game. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and clarify this by starting in the beginning of this video by saying that I respect all 2K YouTubers, and they do a lot for the community and keep the community alive and well. So this has nothing to do with them whatsoever. Just gonna let that be known at the beginning of the video. Now, this video is typically really gonna be about the game itself, really, and the lies that was spoken of, and how 2K's went downhill over the last couple of years. Now, I'm not gonna go into a deep history of 2K in general. I'm not gonna talk about every single 2K. I'm only gonna be covering 2K15 all the way up to 20. Because honestly, I only started playing 2K. I started playing 2K in like 2K14, but I didn't really get into 2K like that until 2K15. So that's the reason why I didn't include 14. And now let's hop right into this topic, shall we? Because honestly, there's a lot to be said. Honestly, this video is just honestly not long enough to cover all of it. But I'm not gonna keep stretching out this video no longer than it already is, because it's already pretty long as it's gonna be. Anyways, like I was saying though, let's hop right into it. All right, we're gonna start off by talking about how 2K used to be. All right. 2K first introduced the whole My Park idea back in 2K15, and during that time, this is maybe what, a year or so, maybe after the PS4 has already released, and everybody was hyped. All right, everybody was down for it. The idea was new. It was refreshing to 2K. Also, let's not forget to mention, during the same time, NBA Live was kind of shaky. NBA Live has not been on its good two-footing for quite some time. It has fallen off. I didn't play that many NBA Live games, but NBA Live has started missing out on a couple years. Like, I don't think there was an NBA Live 10, but I think there was NBA Live 09, and they went straight to 11, I believe. I don't know which years they skipped and which years they didn't, honestly, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest about it. And I didn't know that NBA Live they missed a couple. They missed like 1 year, then they came back next year, and then they started doing that a lot. But anyways, like I was saying about 2K, and 2K was just on top of this game. All right, it was doing enough to make it better and better. All right, with this new My Part affiliations, as you guys already know, Sunset, Rivet City, and Old Town. All right, or the Old Town Flyers, and when that happened, the part affiliations, everybody was down. It was crazy. It was insane. We was hyped. All right, we was like, we get to play online against people on the My Part. And we didn't really know what My Part was gonna be, but we just liked the idea of what My Part was. And when it kind of came out, in 2K, 15 introduced the idea, and it got crazy, and people just went insane for the game. All right, and when that happened, 2K just gained immense popularity. 2K was already popular before as far as basketball games go, because it's not really that much of a basketball game competition out here. So hey, and 2K went on to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and get a bigger and bigger audience. And 2K16 came along, and 2K16 introduced us back to the My Part, but even better. So much crazy stuff was going on in the 2K16 My Part, and I admit there was some insane stuff going on in that game. Let's say some insane stuff, some insane stuff. Demigods, spam dribble abilities. It was so much stuff. I can't even name it all, man. It was crazy stuff going on. But eventually, as we go by, we're going to learn that now, if we look here in 2020 and we look back on 2K16, honestly, personally, in my opinion, 2K16 is by far one of the best 2Ks. If not, yeah, one of the best 2Ks in my personal opinion. I don't know. You guys can cheat that down in the comment section below about that. Now, let's go on to 2K17. Alright, 2K17 came along. It still had the My Part affiliations with the Sunset, River City, Old Town Flyers. Same old, same old. We liked it like that. The competition. The versus Sunset versus Old Town. The competition. It was there. And when you went up in the system, become all-star, you start off rookie, All-Star, Legends. Back then is when the rank systems are really simple. It wasn't many levels to the actual system going up in the part, in my part. But we went up. You got the legend, you got the mascot. You got all this crazy cool stuff when you got a legend, which made you want to grind even harder to get up to that level. Don't get me wrong, 2K17 wasn't the best 2K, but by far is one of my favorite 2Ks personally. Just because 2K17 just holds a small place within me. So does 2K15, since how 2K15 was one that started it. And 2K17, it had something going for itself. Not to mention, I didn't forget about the whole screens and spams of screens, because I do remember them days where screens were just really bad at 2K17. Not sure what was the cause of that, but that was really bad. But overall, I enjoyed 2K17 more than I ever did 2K18, 2K19, 2K20, and that would never change. And honestly, as we continue forward with this, we honestly about to reach the point of 2K18. Honestly, we all want to forget 2K18. We all want to forget 2K18. All right, this is the moment when 2K decided to get rid of the My Park affiliations and no Sunset, no Rivet City, no Old Town Flyers, and they decided to go on into this new thing, this big neighborhood. When the trailer first came out, I'm not gonna sit here I ain't gonna sit here and lie cap to nobody who's watching this video right now. I'm gonna tell you guys the honest truth. I was hyped for it. I'm like, yo, this neighborhood is dope, yo. Like, you get to shop, buy clothes and stuff like that. But man, if we were in for something in that future, right? And only if we knew what would become of this game after it released, I'm pretty sure we all would have changed, had different opinions on that trailer when it first released. And when it came out, and it was really hype, and it made it look so good because it was something new, something that we never seen before. This big, gigantic neighborhood where you could just walk around, go to the store, go to buy clothes, buy custom T-shirts. Oh yeah, this custom T-shirts, and people was making all sorts of name brand clothing and stuff, which eventually led to some real trouble for 2K. But anywho, as later on time went by, 2K18 later on started to experience many problems in the My Part. And let's not forget that 2K18's My Part was by far the most boring, most dullest My Part I've ever seen. That My Part had nothing going for it. It looked the same like 95% of the time. There were no switching parks. You know how you can just go for Sunset and go into River City? I mean, we all remember when River City won. I'm not gonna speak on it. I was the Sunset person personally. I feel like we should have won. But anyways, River City won. They got that really dope helicopter type, park. That was dope. All right, that was what's up. All right, I was in that River City fan there. All right, man, you would have thought I was River City much as I was spending much time in there. It was really dope. 2K18 didn't have that. It had one park, and when it changed, I don't even know if it changed for events and stuff like that. I'm not even sure if it changed for that. I just remember that 2K18 had a lot of problems. A lot of problems, and I think this is where dual archetype systems started. It was 2K18's with dual archetype systems. It was either 2K17, 2K18. I want to say 2K18 with dual archetype systems. This is when it started. And it got crazy. It got insane, man. So many problems started. Dribbling. People shooting over people. It was ridiculous. All right. The system, the balancing was all out of whack. Every time they claimed it was gonna fix something in 2K, it got even more broke. All right. Now I could go on to a list of problems about what happened in 2K18, but I gotta get on to 2K19, alright? Out of 2K18, 2K19, 2K20, by far, out of those three, 2K19 is personally the best in my opinion out of those three. I'm doing this based off those three because it's just those the ones that had the neighborhood. And 2K19 did it best for me, personally, with the neighborhood, the changing events and whatnot. But, it was nice that the parts changed. But 2K19 also had its problems. But, overall, 2K19 was pretty decent, gameplay wise. And that's the craziest part about 2K. The gameplay doesn't get worse inside of 2K. It's just the game becomes broke every time the game comes out, because the game consistently releases a new game every single year. The game every time this game releases, it's so broke that you can't even play it. You get on this game, you lag out in your first My Part game. You in the middle of a My Part game. Oh, let's say you about to take the final shot. You may just lag and miss the final shot and cost your team the entire game, because 2K servers decided to say that your connection is just not valid, or some weird error code came up. It's so many crazy things that was just going on with 2K. And honestly, this is where the downfall of 2K18 is really when the downfall started. And it kind of started honestly with 2K17, because 2K17 had its problems too. But 2K17, still was more fun to me, despite all the problems that it had, compared to all the other 2Ks. And by far, 2K18 is by far, personally in my opinion, is the worst 2K I've ever played. And 2K20, well, I haven't played 2K20 now in like 4 months maybe. It's been since September since I played 2K20. So let that be known right there. This is not the move. All right. We thought we were gonna get my part affiliations back for 2K20, which we was lied to. I'm not gonna speak on any names, Ronnie. That we was told that we was gonna get the my part affiliation back. We was gonna get Sunset back. We was gonna get this. We was gonna get that. But we never got any of it. Alright? Any of it. Alright? And the downfall of 2K continues. Even with 2K20, the gameplay improves. It looks good. It's solid. I wish the dribbling system was a little bit better, but overall the dribbling system is pretty solid. It's really good. Alright? It's not the gameplay. It's that 2K doesn't listen anymore and it's money hungry. Alright? Anyways, you guys tell me what you think down in the comment section below about 2K downfall, and I'll see you guys in the next vid. See ya.